Let me bring Sarah up. Is Sarah on the phone? Hi, Sarah. How are you?
Hey, good morning, Glenn. How are you?
Good. Where are you?
I am at my kitchen table in Wasilla.
I don't know how you travel. I mean, it's crazy the amount of travel that you do. And
How do I travel? Yes, airplanes.
I don't. Okay, I don't think you need. I really. What are you all of a sudden, Bill Maher talking down to me? Okay, Sarah, I want you to hear this. This is the head of Media Matters, and I want to give you the opportunity to distance yourself. Here it is. No, here it is.
Basically, Beck's erratic. He either won't or can't control himself even after he loses 100 advertisers, so you can't go there. Murdoch was asked at a shareholders conference a couple weeks ago about Beck, shareholder concerns about Beck. He said he doesn't agree with everything that goes on the Fox News channel, but he's standing with Beck. Ailes recruited Beck to do this, so he's standing with Beck. That leaves you with sponsors. So People4 has backed up a Tides Foundation call with Media Matters called Drop Fox to ask for advertisers to take responsibility for this rhetoric. I was recently told by a member of the Murdoch family that if you could affect the bottom line, you might get attention by the News Corp board. But the truth is, we can't wait for that. So Sarah Palin right now, in our view, needs to step up. She needs to step up because she's a leader of the Republican Party, of the conservative movement. She's a Tea Party favorite. She is the one person in this country right now, today, who, in the national interest, just in the moment, to put partisanship aside,
do it, Sarah,
could pull this country back from the precipice of another Oklahoma City. And that's what a real leader does. Okay. That's what we're asking.
Sarah,
time to
as the leader now, as the GOP, as a Tea Party favorite, as somebody that they don't always agree with, but they respect, as a real leader, it's time. It's time to make a choice.
Well, these silly and ironic men, this is ironic that they're the same folks insisting that, I should just be ignored because I am the irrelevant hockey mom at the table in Wasilla.
Yes. No. You are, as an American citizen, for the national interest, you are the only one that can do
stop
this.
him.
Who can stop me?
You got to stop him, Sarah.
Okay, so Glenn, from my kitchen table in Wasilla, here's the deal.
Yeah.
Now, we know, Glenn, you're up against one of the richest and self-suggested most powerful men in the world, in George Soros, right?
Yes, spooky dude.
And the extreme left-wing king is, with many, many minions, that's who he is.
Oh, yes.
So, when I speak of your love of our founding fathers and how you are helping to educate Americans about respecting our nation's history so that we don't lose what makes America exceptional, and the far, far left mouthpieces, they're twisting and spinning and perverting that message. No, what I do, I go back to what Abraham Lincoln said about standing with anybody that stands right. You stand with him when he's right, and you part with him when he goes wrong. I stand with you, Glenn, and I stand with...
in the national interest, you've got to stop. You're the only one. You're like Obi-Wan Kenobi. Sarah Palin, you're her only hope.
Yeah.
Did you ever think you'd see the day, Sarah, when Media Matters would be calling you the only hope
for America?
For America.
I mean, that's incredible.
Amazing.
It's sad. We were trying to decide if it was laughable or kind of sad, pathetic, kind of like that smelly kid in third grade. Everybody looked around and looked at it and went, that's kind of sad.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. I see more humor in it, though, and it shows, though, how pathetic their argument is that they would be that desperate as to reach out to me to say, you need to stop Glenn Beck. You need to stop his what they perceive as inciting of violence. Glenn, I abhor violence. I know you do. Hating war, hating civil war, and praying for peace and wanting peace and freedom for our kids in a civil society. That is the mission here, is explaining to Americans what the threats are to our peace and to our opportunities and to our freedom in America.
Yeah.
That is what I see you doing, and that is why I support what you are doing.
Sarah, I can't tell you how disappointed I am in you. I really... I thought you were going to take this moment to lead. I really did. But now, Sarah, and I want you to understand this, now Media Matters is going to come out against you. And they're not going to like you anymore. They like you so much, but now they're going to have to isolate you too. Oh boy.
Yeah, because heretofore they were on my side.
They have been on your side. They only, you know
fighting
what?
for you every step of the way.
It's like that abortion doctor said on TV the other day. Women only have abortions because they care about motherhood. They're only destroying you or trying to destroy you because they love you so much.
There we go with the Orwellian thinking. What's up and down?
2 + 2 = 6.
There you go.
All right.
And I'm the idiot. Yeah.
Sarah, if you change your mind, we have David Brock's number over at Media Matters. He's waiting for your phone call.
He doesn't have a lot to do.
Sitting by the phone all day.
Sarah, let me ask you, what do you think the most important race to watch next week? The one that you say, if this one happens, things really change. I think Tom Tancredo in Colorado is amazing. That's amazing.
And Tom's going to do absolutely wonderfully for his state and ultimately for our country, too, as the governor of that state. And I'm anxious to see how that all unfolds, especially because he, too, has come under such attack from the machine, really the machine on both sides of the aisle.
Oh, yeah, big time.
That is certainly one to watch, absolutely. Of course, I, near and dear to my heart, am very, very interested and engaged in the Alaska Senate race to see how Lisa Murkowski, running as this third-party establishment/entitlement party candidate, is throwing everything in the kitchen sink against the Republican nominee, Joe Miller. I'm very engaged in this race up here.
Isn't it amazing that the establishment, the GOP establishment, people like Karl Rove, who, by the way, has announced that you're just not qualified to. It's a good thing you're in the kitchen, Sarah. It is. And
I'm barefoot, too.
Yeah, are you really? Are you pregnant? Are you announcing?
Yeah,
if you're not pregnant, get Todd. He'll explain how it all works. Anyway, it is amazing to me that they have all said that the worst thing that could happen is a third party, and they were afraid of the Tea Parties of creating a third party. Well, the Tea Party goes in and works within the system, and they get their candidates within the system, and the system itself starts to create a third party, an establishment party. It's amazing.
It's an entitlement party. That's their thinking, is how dare anyone challenge me, my position, my authority, the seat is mine, mine, mine. That's where they're headed.
Sarah, we'll talk to you next week. Where are you going to be on Tuesday?
I will be in New York. I hope I get to see you, a couple days before until a couple days after the election.
Oh, great.
So.
Okay, good. All right, we'll see each other then. Thanks, Sarah.
Okay.
All right.
God bless you.
God bless.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Huh. She blew it.
She blew it.
She blew
an
She
opportunity.
had a golden opportunity.
She
there,
had the opportunity that John McCain had.
and she blew it. Wow, that's
John
too bad.
McCain, of course, was always the darling of the left, and then that didn't work out for him, did it? No. Oh, boy.
No.
Well, she's not the leader they were looking for.
And they were convinced she was.
They were close.
They were
convinced.
Like, she's the one.
The hope.
Please.
She's the hope.
Sarah, Obi-Wan, you're our only hope.
I have to be able to do the... If I could just be R2-D2, and we just make a little projection of David Brock, reaching out. Sarah Palin, you're our only hope. It's sad, isn't it?
It is.
That people who thought they had so much power are so desperate to rip up anything, including the Constitution, just to hold on to their power.